Introduction based class topic is introduction to MuleSoft Anypoint Platform. So I welcome you all to this class, and I hope you are all are excited for this class. So first of all, let's see what is MuleSoft. MuleSoft is basically what is MuleSoft and why we use MuleSoft. So what is MuleSoft? Which like provides the most widely used integration platform in SaaS as well as enterprise application and on-premise, right? And back in 2018, MuleSoft was acquired by Salesforce primarily for their to accelerate their customer digital transformation. And integration platform enables not only to like unlock your data access to systems or cloud and devices, but it also offers highly connected experience for the end user as well. So overall, it's the best technology that they have in the market right now. That are leaders. That's why they were acquired by the Salesforce as well. Right. So after that, we understood what is MuleSoft. Right. So let's say now we need to know what is an API, right? And see what is how MuleSoft connect all these integrations to the user building APIs, right? And what is an using API-led connectivity, right? And so what is an API? So API is nothing but application programming interface, right? And in this, so what does it mean? So an API is just a piece of code, right, that creates an access to point to an application or a system. And it is like an internet thing that accepts requests from the outside and securely passes to them to the system and then communicates the response back to the request, whoever makes the request, right? So the system mainly remains as a black box. You don't really know what is on the what system actually it is, whether it's a which kind of whether it's a database, SAP application, SAP application, SaaS application. So you just whatever you just know the endpoint for the API and you just know the URL for it, but you don't know what is on the backend. So the advantage of this is that you don't need to know how the backend system works, so what is it actually, and you can just directly make your request and the system can be replaced entirely by this request response chain and will continue to work perfectly as long as the APIs is known to the system, right? So it makes our life very easier in this way. So we don't have to make point-to-point integrations in our work, and that's why like if you see, so in MuleSoft they provide us with one thing is Anypoint Platform, and the other thing is their Anypoint Studio, which is like an IDE, which I will be showing you later in this class. And both of them I will be showing you later in the class. And so now we need to know like let's okay. So let's move to the Anypoint Platform overview. Okay. So Anypoint Platform is a cloud-based platform, and first of all, when if you are logging in first time, so you need to sign up for it, and there is a 30-day free trial that they provide, so you don't need to do anything much. Just give your credentials here, and then accept and create your account, free trial account, and be able to log in quite easily. So I have already created my account and I will be logging in. So we are in the Anypoint platform right now. Right? So this is how the platform looks, and it has many like features available here, like design center, exchange, data graph, management center, navigation, and runtime as well. So we will explore it slowly in the next class. So, right. So the Anypoint platform is the most advanced enterprise platform in designing, developing, and managing the APIs and integrations. So it is the industry leader right now, and it provides all kinds of integrations like and API lifecycle management. It provides everything in their platform. So if you have ESB or SOA like service oriented architecture, PubSub and extract transform load, SaaS application, API management, business to business integrations, IoT integration, microservices. So Anypoint platform is provides support for each and every one of those, and it can be used on their cloud platform, or it can be hybrid as well, and it can be completely on premise as well. Right. So now we have this API Anypoint platform is just one platform for all our APIs and integrations. And so if you see here, the main thing is their runtime engine, right? Where the applications you develop will be deployed. Then they have a management center from where you can like manage all the applications you have developed and monitor them, right? Through platform only. Then there is the security where you can manage the security of your applications. You can tokenize your request. You can like to perform like you can enable tokenization or any kind of security you want to enable. They have policies available for that, and you don't need to configure much. Just you need to enable the policies, and you will be good to go, and your APIs will be secure from the platform only. And then they provide a design center where you build your YAMLs for the APIs, or like YAML is a kind of a document which you prepare, which kind of gives you an outline of your API, what will be the endpoint and everything. So in design center, you can pretty much build all that. Apart from that, API designer, they are also now providing a flow designer. So this is a new feature, and in this, what you can do, you can directly go on the platform and start building your applications with only drag and drop from connector, and basic kind of applications you can build only there and test them at the platform only. So you don't need to even use Anypoint Studio for developing your applications. You can use Flow Designer as well, right? And then there is Exchange. So whatever APIs you build and applications you build, you can publish them on the exchange, and whoever in your organization wants to consume those APIs can directly go to the exchange and look for the resources that you have created, and directly start to consuming them. They don't need much help from your side. And apart from that, if you yourself want to consume some resources, you can go there. There are some many resources provided by MuleSoft, as well as some portal for your own organization, as well as some community organizations are also there. This provides connectors, templates, API portals, these kind of resources which you can directly go to the and exchange and start consuming, right? So moving to next. So API-led connectivity, driving the use and powering agility. So what MuleSoft advises is to use an API-led connectivity kind of architecture when developing your application network, right? So in this slide, as you see, like, so what do we have three kind of APIs. One is system API, other is process API, then there is experience API, right? So what are system APIs? So system API is something that exposes your data from the resource. Like So we have order data here, we have Salesforce customer data here, we have SAP SAP customers data here, we have shipments data here, and we have whole kind of data here. So what use advises that instead of building just one single application for integrating all this logic in a single application, what we can do, we can build multiple APIs for each resource. Right, there are 5 resources. We have built 5 system APIs, and then we have process APIs. Right. So what these process APIs do, they consume these system APIs where the data is fetched, right? And using that data, you can write your business logic here, right? So there is a order history API, process API. So what is it is doing? It is fetching data from customers, and the customers is combining data from Salesforce as well as SAP, and order history is consuming them as well as orders data system API. It is consuming, and your business logic goes here, and then there is this order status process API, which is consuming customers as well as orders data, right? And shipment is consuming shipments API for the shipment process API, right? So these process APIs consume system APIs, and your business logic implements whatever their business logic is, and then exposes an API endpoint, which can then be consumed by the experience APIs. Right. So experience APIs is like which is directly used by your end customer or end user, right? So you might have a mobile app or have a web application which is consuming this API, and what they need to do, they just need to interact with the experience API. They don't need to know anything about all the system APIs or process APIs. So through this way, as you can see, that mobile API and web API both are using the order status process API, right? And so if you were to go about it as a point-to-point integration, then you would need to build a separate application for complete application for all this integration. It's two separate integration, and whenever comes a third integration, then you will have to start from scratch and start building that, right? So what happens that this does not support this kind of approach, does not support reusability, right? So what the basis that this what advantage this API-led connectivity gives us is that the use of APIs we build, right? So you can see that for both mobile app as well as web API, we just need to have this system and process APIs, and we can build as many as experience APIs as we need. Even if there comes a third requirement for any kind of other API we have need to build, application we need to build, we just need to reuse these process and system APIs, and we are good to go. And the development time is very less compared to the earlier approach, right? So this is what is API-led connectivity, is to break the application in 3 kind of APIs: experience, process, and system, and drive reuse and power agility. Agility means we can build very fast using this API-led approach once our application network has been set up, right? And to manage all these kind of APIs, there is one like department, or can you say team that is needs to be built, that is advised by the MuleSoft to have a center for enablement, right? People who like to manage this API network of our organization, and whenever some business line needs to need some kind of data, they can directly like give them suggestion for using the already built APIs instead of creating a new one from the scratch. So that is center for enablement. Okay, so as you can see, as we go about building these APIs, endpoint APIs, and so what happens that our application network starts growing, right? So this is kind of our application network. API network. Right? So you can see we have so many uh, APIs built in this small network only. So what happens that you keep building these APIs, right? Uh, that like if you see this API is connected to some cloud source, this is connected to Facebook, this is connected to something, this is connected to SAP and everything, right? This is connected to Twitter, right? Workday. So as you keep building these APIs, so your application network uh, is building, right? So this application network uh, like is building and yeah. So for managing that, as I already have told you that you need a center for enablement team that take care of this application network and ensure that it is running smoothly. And whenever there is you required for any kind of use, so they are there to help, right? So this is the whole life cycle of an API. So I will be explaining you, right? So in Anypoint platform, whenever we go about developing a new API, so first stage is go to the API designer, right? And there we build our YAML specification for the API, right? Which is the design part. And after building that API, we can directly mock our API YAML in the Anypoint platform itself without writing any application code, just using a mocking service in the API Anypoint platform only. And when we are satisfied with our application like YAML with specification, we can publish it on the Anypoint exchange, and whoever stakeholders are there which will be consuming our APIs can interact with our YAML mocking service, right? So mocking service gives us a kind of an endpoint where we can test the YAML specification of our API, and our end users can also test it, and whatever feedback they want to give, they can give it on the API, right? And based on the feedback, we can make improvements in our API YAML specification. So what this kind of approach help us in like not doing any kind of rework. We can at the initial stage only we can get all the feedback we need in our API specification only, and when when the end user or stakeholders are all the stakeholders are satisfied, we can start going about our development, right? So this is first is API designer. Flow designer is not that is something very much in use. So after API designer, then there is mocking service, then there is console, right, which is exposed to our Anypoint exchange. So this is design, prototype, this is mocking service, then validate is the validation by the end user, feedback given by the end user, right? So this is the design part. Then we come to the development side, right? So development is when we import the API specification, final API specification in our Anypoint Studio. Then, right, and after importing it, we start building our business logic, whatever needs to be written in the API, whatever functionality we want in our API, right? We start developing it in our Anypoint Studio, right? And after it is has and what Anypoint Studio gives not only development environment as well as testing environment. Only you can write tests within your API, within your Anypoint Studio itself, and from there you can develop test simultaneously, right? So what Anypoint Studio is? Anypoint Studio is a IDE based on Eclipse, right? So it's very easy to use, and it's the development is quite fast on this, right? So I will be showing you later in the class that how it is downloaded and how can you install it, and how it is used, right? So after you are satisfied with your development, you can deploy. So deployment is done on the runtime manager, right? So either you can directly deploy your zip file which your project code in the runtime manager, or you can have a CI/CD pipeline which can push your deployment to the runtime manager after all the testing and every validation is in the CI/CD pipeline. Right? Then comes the API manager. So after your application has been deployed on the runtime manager and it is running successfully, so what you can do, you can manage your API, right? Whatever API you have built in your application, you can manage those using your API manager, and you can enable some kind of policies like SLA policies, service level agreement policies, or authentication policies. Whatever you want to do, you can do from API manager only. Monitoring is also there, and many things are available for our use in API manager for managing our APIs we have deployed. Right? Then analytics also there. Then comes the community, right? So what is here, that whatever API you have built, if you want to uh, if you want to publish it on the endpoint exchange, you can do it, and the community can consume it from the your API and endpoint exchange portal, and they can start using from there only. So it kind of provides a portal for all your APIs which have been built in your organization, and your organization or every one person who is there in your organization can see the APIs that is available there and start consuming them, right? Or making any changes if they have the permission, right? So next is, what are the benefits of MuleSoft Anypoint Platform? So it enables us to deliver very fast, like fast to start and faster over time. So we can build really fast using Anypoint Platform. And the security and governance is provided by Anypoint Platform only. We don't have too much here, and it is very resilient as well as reliable. And it is using Amazon's AWS services on the backend for API deployment and everything. So these are very resilient cloud, uh, right? And then they are also future proofing because we are using the API-led connectivity, and it kind of provides us with flexibility, and we can make many changes without any problems, right? So Anypoint Platform comes with many benefits. These are few of those. And now, so Anypoint Platform have gone through some changes earlier, like the runtime environment. They used to provide us Mule runtime 3, and some organizations may be using them still, but the latest one which is there and which is recommended by MuleSoft is Mule 4.4, and this I will be showing you Mule 4 only, the Anypoint Studio also. And if you want to do some kind of certification, then most of the certification also is provided for Mule 4 only now. So that is there. So this is kind of their Anypoint platform and tool. So you have your runtime maintenance services where you deploy your applications, right? And your application network graph and everything is there, right? Fabric and everything. Then there Anypoint Exchange where you have community manager and mocking service, whatever, like mocking service we discussed earlier. And then you have Anypoint Management Center, log management, metrics, visualizer, whatever is there to manage your log or monitor your API. Then the design center where we have flow designer, API designer, right? And support for OAS, CMF, and YAML build development, everything is there. Then you have Anypoint security where you can like define edge recognition and other security policies. So this is kind of their platform is in their architecture since 2018, right? And now I will show you the Anypoint Studio. So this is the like first I will show you the Anypoint platform, what is all there. So there is this design center, if you click, when you have created your account, if you click on the design center, so we have come here. So I have built some API specifications already. So I will show you this slides API. So as you can see, this is the API specification for the slides. We have slides, and here you can see that we are getting this endpoint slides get and post. Right? So Anypoint Studio platform provides us with this uh, like endpoints here only which we can use and test and mock our endpoints. So if you see, like, and if I go into get this get, so this get is defined here. Get, yeah, this get is defined here, right? So it has a destination uh, query parameter. So and there is this client secret and client ID, client secret, because we are defining a client ID and secret as a security, right? So if I click on try it, right? So I get this URL, right? Mocking URL, and if I send SFO, and right now I can do send any client secret or ID because it is in camel. When you publish it to Exchange, then you need to provide this client ID, client secret enabled. Then you need to give valid client ID, client secret. So we get 200 in the response, and this response has been defined to this example file. Right? So this kind of a way, and you can share this request URL if you want to your stakeholders. Right? So, right now, for that you need to include your API request client of the choice. It's Postman is generally what I use. And if I paste this here, the headers, if I pass, this is probably it is not working here. So when you publish it to Exchange, then you can like mock it, right? So I will show you that as well. So this is the API in the design center as a panel, and the flow I will show you as a flow designer as well, right? So if I go into this American Slides app, so this is built on the flow designer. We are in the application, and here you can see that there are only three components here. A listener for the flights API, the configuration has been defined here. You go to configurations, how has to be done. So it's listener configuration. Here, right? So you have host, port, and everything. This part defined here, which is using this listener only. And after that, we have this API, another connector which connects to the API, and then you have your database transformation. Right? And if you want, you can add some. So let's move from. So these are already built. So whenever you want to create a new one, you can go from click on this create new, and you can, if you want to define a new specification, you can write here the title, the YAML, if it is a YAML 1.2 or OS, YAML, whatever you want to define. After you give a valid name, you can click create API tab, and you will be located to the development environment for the YAML. If you want to create a flow designer, then that you can, for that you can click create new, and new and design a new integration flow, right? So you can click on that, right? So this is your design center. After that comes your exchange, right? So whatever API you build in, either in the design center or in the runtime manager, you can like publish it. And as you can see, I have published the American Price API here, right? And if I click on it, so I have given a description here, and I have shared it, right? So it is like right now, this is public, right? Public on this public portal with V1, right? And then so if we see there are these module services, right? So if I go to the get, right? I enable this, and right, so I am getting this response as like in the random, right? So this is your exchange which you build. This is the API you build in the manual, which is been published here in the exchange, right? And right now it's here only one, but there can be multiple here, as you can see. Right now, this is my organization, so this is for me only. Right? So they are provided by Microsoft. There are so many connectors provided, and APIs and resources provided by MuleSoft. And it's my applications. This is a public portal. Right? Here also you have to solve this. So what whoever is in your organization can see this portal, and you customize it and make new API. And APIs from here. So this is the exchange. Then you have data graph not that much. You have then API manager. Right? So this is where you have all your APIs. Right? Enabling save. The NFS tags API. So as you can see, when I click here, policy I have enabled as a level state limiting, right? So from API manager only we can manage all this, right? If I say edit disable, so on the API, whatever API you build, you can manage from API manager and enable all the policy security, whatever you want, right? Then your runtime manager. So they are designers and so whatever flow you build, when it is deployed, it is deployed in the design center, design design environment. here I have deployed two applications. So one is API, other is web service. So it's quite advanced. So right now you can just take it that two applications are deployed in runtime manager, and here is their zip files, right? So if I click on them, go to the settings. So there you can see you can download also. So you can start it downloading. Right? So, and if you want to make changes, you can directly upload the change file from your local PC, or you can have a CI/CD pipeline for this. So this is your runtime manager, and these are the most used by you. Sorry, enough. Your runtime manager, API manager, design center, and XP. So these are the most used facilities provided by the Anypoint platform. Right. Now we go to the Anypoint Studio. Right. So this is the Anypoint Studio. As you can see, it is very much familiar, similar to Eclipse-based IDE. Right. And then, if you want to download it, you can go to you can just search Anypoint Studio. It is saying 30-day free trial, but Studio is available after 30 days also. So no need to worry. You can give your operating system name, email, company name, whatever you have, then what is your title, right? Click download, so the download will start, and you kind of get a zip file. I will show you. I have already downloaded. Yeah. So it's kind of like around 1.52 GB of zip size. So you extract it only. You don't need to do much. You just extract it, and when you extract it in your local folder, you will be able to see this kind of thing, right? And when you click on this Anypoint Studio exe, you will I will show you. So after extracting, when you click on this exe file, your Anypoint Studio will come here. Right now, I have already configured the workspace, so you will get a pop-up for like this kind of thing, this kind of things to select your workspace. So you can just select the default one that is provided, and you are good to go. You will be in this kind of environment. So right now, I have some application builds, but this will be empty for you, right? And if I show you, then you can start developing here. Right now, I have some applications open. So in the Anypoint Studio, you have XML-based codes files, right? So your code goes into this kind of XML files, and you see you have this drag and drop connectors, right? And you have this mule palette. So whatever you spell code you want to write, you don't need to write it. You can just drop the drag and drop the connectors in the code. You can start building it from here. Right? So this one Anypoint Studio, and this is for this class, right?